I want to show you how I turn one piece of content into an entire week of posts without duct taping it all together, 5 different tools. If your content lives in Google Docs, Slack, Notion, this is the cleanest way that I've found to turn it into usable posts without breaking your workflow. Most people don't have a content problem, they have a reuse problem. Let me show you how I'm fixing it with one AI agent. I'm Phil Pallen, I'm a brand strategist, and on this channel I share practical tools that help you work smarter and stay consistent, especially if you're running a business solo or wearing many hats. Today I'm building a content repurposing AI agent from scratch. The goal is very simple. Take one long-form input and turn it into ready-to-use content for different platforms. I'm partnering with Airia on this video, they're sponsoring, and the reason I said yes to this is because it isn't just another AI writing tool, there are many of those out there. This is designed to help you create a repeatable workflow that you can trust and reuse. Let me show you exactly how this works. Most creators don't need more ideas. They need a reliable way to reuse what they already have. And that way you don't have to start from scratch every single time. Let's start here on the welcome screen. Instead of jumping straight into settings or wiring things together, I'm going to describe what I want in plain language. Here we go. Now I'm asking Airia to build an agent that takes long-form content and repurposes it into shorter, usable formats. That's it. I'm not defining every step yet. I'm just setting the intention and clicking enter. Now at this point, Airia is generating an initial version of the agent for me. You'll see things populating on screen line by line. And I want to be very clear about something. I have no idea what is happening here, what's happening under the hood. I'm not a developer, and I'm not trying to be one either. Honestly, that's the beauty of this tool. What matters is that I can describe what I want in plain language, and Airia gives me a working starting point. You'll see that momentarily. I'm not staring at a blank canvas, and I'm not blocked by technical knowledge or experience that used to be a real barrier to entry for most people. I'll be able to review what's been created, keep what's useful, and adjust what isn't without needing to understand every technical detail behind it. Now, I'm not shaping the logic yet. I'm not fine-tuning models or outputs. I'm simply letting the tool do the heavy lifting up front so I can focus on how this agent should behave. Next, I'll show you how I start shaping that workflow so it does exactly what I need. Now, this is the part that usually gets messy. Rules, prompts, tools, everywhere. Here it's visual and it's contained. Yes, now before I go any further, I want to give this agent a name. This might sound small, but it helps frame what I'm building and what it's responsible for, and so I remember when I come back to this later. I'm going to call this content repurposing agent. From here on, everything I do is in service of that one job. Now I'm going to define the steps the agent should follow once content is uploaded. In fact, it's actually done most of this for me. You'll be able to see. On screen, I'm using Airia's visual builder. I'm not writing code. I'm deciding what should happen and in what order. First, the agent needs to accept a text input. That works perfectly for this. But I also have the option for image or video input, so you can choose accordingly based on what you're building. I'll keep it on text because this is where I'll paste or upload long-form content that I've already created. Next, the AI model processes that content. This is where analysis happens, understanding the themes and structure before generating anything new. I can put some custom instructions here. There's a prompt builder if I need some help, as well as temperature and reasoning effort. These might apply to what you're building. In my case, I'm going to keep them as is. As well, here under context, we've got date and time context and the ability to always include user input and include attachments. That's just a simple toggle on or off. Finally, the agent produces outputs. These are the short social posts, emails, or summaries that come from the original input. You'll notice I can choose which AI model handles this step, and the key thing here is flexibility. I don't have to rebuild it if I decide to change models. You're not locked in, the workflow stays the same even as the technology changes. How cool that we're building something like this without being developers. AI without context is where things fall apart, and this is where the quality actually comes from. Now I'm gonna give this agent something real to work with. This is where everything starts to click. Let's go to the playground and test it out. Here I'm uploading a piece of content I've already created. This is just a simple PDF with a blog post, a video script, just some rough notes from another video that I recorded summarizing some of my ideas on branding. The format really isn't the point here, the context is. And once that content is added, the agent isn't really guessing anymore. It has real material to analyze, which makes a huge difference in the quality of the output. Instead of getting vague summaries or filler content, the agent is working directly from my own words, my structure, and my ideas. areas. Now this is the payoff. One input goes in and usable content comes right back out. Finally, the moment you've been waiting for. I'll add my text prompt and run the agent and let it process the content. From here, Airia takes a long-form source content and processes everything in one pass. So you're gonna see it generate multiple formats here at once: short social captions, LinkedIn post, email subject lines. Every output is clearly separated so I can scan, edit, refine without digging through one long response. What I love is that I'm not copying and pasting here between tools. I'm not rerunning prompts over and over. Everything happens inside a single workflow using the same source content and the same logic every time. Once it finishes, I can scroll back to the top and review each output slowly. This thing works very quickly, and that's where it becomes really practical. Consistent brand voice, far less manual work. And if you think about it, I didn't really even give it that much input. And then from here, I can just keep refining by talking to it. So I might say something like, rewrite this LinkedIn post to sound more like how I speak on camera. Okay, good point. I need to specify the post, so I might copy and paste it into the chat window so it knows. Let's try something different. Make these captions shorter. Curious to see if it applies to all the captions written. Certainly it does. As I said, this thing is lightning fast. It's also very smart, and this is just gonna keep getting better. The best part, no code, no rebuilding the workflow or doing it manually. It's actually a lot of fun to build this. Now, once this works, I don't want to rebuild it, and neither should anyone else. Once I'm happy with how this agent performs, the final step is publishing and sharing it. I'll start by hitting publish, which locks in the version and makes it available beyond my draft workspace. From here, I can see past executions or even roll back to earlier versions if I need to, but for now, I'm heading over to settings. This is where I clean everything up for other people. Basically, I can choose an icon, confirm the agent name, add a clear description so someone browsing the community immediately understands what the agent does. I love this. I can also link the agent to a video walkthrough later, which is exactly what I'll do once this video is live. Before submitting, I'll double check my details. I'll update my country here to the US, even though I'm currently in Spain. That's why I picked that up. And then I can leave a short note for the reviewer if there's any context worth sharing. That's optional. Finally, I submit this agent to the Airia community, which means I can reuse it anytime, share it with clients or collaborators, and let others import and adapt it for their own workflows. So cool. Most importantly, it removes the blank page problem entirely. You're not starting from theory, you're starting from something tested, practical, and ready to use without having to code it yourself. If you're a solo consultant, a small business owner, or a creator, this is what makes AI usable long-term. You're not chasing the latest tool, you're building a workflow that you can rely on. And with Airia, you can test ideas safely, adjust them over time, and reuse what works without locking yourself into one model or one setup. I've linked to Airia below so you can try it for yourself. Also, explore the community and grab pre-built agents if you don't want to start from scratch. Let me know in the comments what kind of agent you're going to build first, and I read and reply to as many of those as I can. I'm Phil Pallen. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.